Today what I have for you is a quick demo on using the SQL Developer command line interface. If you were on my site earlier, I made a post regarding this release of this product. I wanted to give you a little live view of what you can expect if you're going to use it. Just for a quick look, if you go out to Oracle's site and you search for it, you'll eventually hit the landing page buried under the, where you can download things. And it is referred to as the SQL Developer command line, but really, in all way, it's pretty much a replacement for SQL+. But we'll just refer to it as a SQL command line. And you can download it. You're going to need an Oracle account, a free Oracle Developer account. You want to register for that. And then it's going to download into a single zip. There is no install. It is simply a set of Java programs that you can put in any folder. It does not come with the JRE, so you want to make sure that you have a runtime environment installed on your system. So I downloaded it. Let's see where that went on my system. I threw it in my home folder, and you can see it's this SQL CLI right here, or CL. And when I open it, there's a bin and there's a lib. And in the bin are the different executables depending on where you're running. The one I'm going to use in this example is the Unix. And then there's the lib, which are actually the jar files which comprise the product. And you'll see it has an ODBC jar, which will allow you to connect to the database. Now, one question you should have is, how do I connect to a remote database? Well, you could specify a JDBC connection on the command line, but what I like to do is make it more like a true development tool and use Oracle TNS. And to use TNS, you don't even need anything very special. All you have to have is a TNS names file, and then tell your system where that file is located. So what I did was I simply went to my home folder, we'll go back there, and I created a TNS names Aura file. And in here I have an alias to one of the Amazon relational database services that I use. So the alias is just a normal TNS names file. So I alias to RDS, but you don't want to have to keep typing a path to this file every time you want to use something. So one thing you can do is set your environment to look for it. And on the Mac environment, which is largely a Unix environment, if we look at our env here, I'm going to grep for TNS, and you'll see I have a TNS admin setting in my profile. Now I use a bash shell, and that says look for the TNS names file in this folder. So if I start an Oracle product that is TNS aware, and it sees I have this TNS admin set, that's where it's going to look for my TNS names file. That'll save me that trouble. And I also don't want to have to type the name of the service if I'm only using one, or if I just one that I use more often than others. So there's another setting you can use, which is called toTask. And toTask says this is the default alias in the TNS names I want to reference whenever I connect to an Oracle product. Now you can override that by using a proper connect string. I'm setting it to this. So recap, tnsnames.aura is in a specific folder in my home directory, and I also have the toTask set to look for a specific database alias that I have in that TNS names file. If you want to do this with your own server, get the TNS names file from your DBA or from the server. That has the location of all of your databases. As long as your system can network to them, you should be good to go. All right, so let's actually start this product from here. What I also did was one other thing, was I set my path to include that folder. So if I go to the env here, and you can see I have my path, one thing that's in my path is users JSON SQL CL bin. So I don't have to then keep navigating to that folder. So let's clear this off. To start it, I'm going to use the shell they gave me, which was basically just SQL. And this will actually just fire off the program. So it's looking in the SQL CL bin. It's finding the SQL program, which is the shell, and it says, okay, like SQL Plus, what's your username? I have an account on a server called admin, and it's going to ask for my password, which I'll hide from you. And then what it's going to do is say, okay, where am I connecting? Well, toTask says connect to RDS. RDS is the alias in the TNS names, which hooks me to the Oracle 12c database I have running on Amazon. And basically now I'm in essentially SQL Plus basically all the capabilities. So if I want to do something and print something off, right, I can do a standard what? Let's do a select star from dual, good old dual, right? Run that, and I'll just get standard data. That's all it's going to happen. It's going to come back, and it's going to run that. This connection I'm on, a little bit slow the way I'm piping out to that Amazon. If you're local, it's going to be a lot quicker. So I can run my commands. If I want to spool something, here we'll say just spool test output, right? We can run that same command we had. Let's just list that in there. There it is. Say spool off. That still works. Now, where'd that go? Well, I can tell you where it went. It launched it from my home folder, right? So basically, like SQL Plus, without specifying a path, I should have a little output file in there. And there it is, testoutput.lst. And we can open that with text edit here. And you'll see I've got my output. So how cool is that? I need a quick SQL interface. I don't have the Oracle client. I don't want to pay for the full client. I don't want to use the instant client. I just want to use something that is a Java program, run on any operating system, and can use my nice TNS information. So that'll give you a little idea what you can do with that. Give it a try. Hit me back with any comments you might have. Thanks for your time.